a 4-fight winning streak right now. I mean, number 11 in the rankings. I mean, it just seems like everything's coming together for you right now. Talk to me about just kind of how it feels at this point in your career.
It feels right. It feels like I'm in a good place. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been putting the work. This will be my 10th fight in the UFC coming up. I've been in the rankings before. This is my second time in the rankings, and it just feels right this time. I feel like I'm a more complete fighter this go around. I'm more confident, and it always helps with a little bit more experience. And I'm always grinding too, so I think that helps.
Yeah, talk to me about that experience of kind of being in the rankings and then, being out of it. I mean, is that like, I don't know, a wake up call, or is it it's got to be a little bit of a blow to think I'm moving down, not up. What's going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just kind of rushed myself a little bit. My goal my first year in the UFC was to be in the rankings, and I did that. But then, I'm fighting, Hall of Famers and guys ranked top 10 in the world. And I lost a, close fight to Rob Font. So, I mean, I know I'm in the mix. I've been in the mix since I've been in the UFC, but with a little bit more experience on my belt this time, this go around, I feel just more confident. And I think it's showing in the octagon too.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, you talk about those back-to-back setbacks. I mean, obviously incredibly notable names, but I guess did it shake your confidence at all? Did it shake your self-belief at all, or did you know like, hey, this is just part of the journey, I guess?
Um, I mean, a little bit. It has to a little bit, especially I had never experienced back to back losses before. I was, undefeated. Up until that point, I mean, I was undefeated as an amateur. I had a pretty good pro career, and then I suffered back to back losses, and that was definitely new for me. And I hate losing, but I just knew it was like a matter of switching things up a little bit, adding to my game, and I did that. I've never been scared of hard work, and I don't shy away from it. And I added. I have a great team back home at American Top Team, Portland, under my head coach Fabiano Scherner and Dylan Fussell. But I added Timo Yama to my camp these last four fights, and I'm on a 4-fight win streak and doing damn good. So I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, the work is definitely paid off. You're getting back to work again on July 16th. It's going to end up being about 7 months between fights. Was that by design, or has it been a little frustrating maybe to wait this long between fights?
Yeah, it's not. I like to be busy. I like to be busy and make that money, man. Like, I got excited last year. I fought January and February, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a crazy year. And then I didn't fight again until December, But it was a fight that I wanted, so it was worth waiting, I think. And then I thought I was gonna be right back at it again, but here I am, but not fighting until July. So, uh, you know, I I would like to stay a little more active than that, a little more active than that. But I think with all the craziness going on the last few years, I understand. But yeah, I definitely like at least 4 fights a year or something like that. I like to make some money.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, it's been a unique time in history. I guess hopefully it'll stay more consistent moving forward as you keep winning. You got Jack Shore up next. Talk to me about what you think about him. I mean, obviously he's got that sparkling record, but what do you think about him as an opponent?
Yeah, no, he's tough kid, 16-0. I mean he's a very well rounded kid. I'm excited because we have a similar like grappling style against the cage, and I'm always excited to face those types and for them to feel my strength in those positions. But I think if you look at the strength of schedule, it's not very comparable. Um, I think everyone he's fought in the UFC has been cut. This would be my 10th fight in the UFC. One guy's been cut in the UFC out of those guys that I fought. I fought some monsters, and I haven't had an easy road. My entire career has not been easy. I've been put to the test, and I've passed that test most times. So I think he's a very tough kid. But if we're really comparing strength of schedule, it's not comparable.
Yeah, when you lay it out that way, man, it's a pretty convincing case. I guess, did it take any convincing? I mean, it's interesting, right? Because you're fighting down in the rankings, so to speak, but it's also this undefeated record, a hot prospect that everybody's saying is the next big thing. So when this was, the opponent that was given to you, did you jump at it, or were you a little bit like, hey, why do I got to fight the guy down in the rankings?
Nobody wants to fight down, especially I just got back in, but 16-0 kid, and if that's what they want me to do, then I don't shy away from a fight. If I have to beat this kid up to prove that I'm a contender, I'm not a prospect, then that's what I'm going to do.
That's a hell of a way to look at it. Did I know? So you talk about work with Timo Young. Are you finishing camp out in Las Vegas?
Man, I've been traveling for a few weeks now. I've been training out here. I'm in California right now, and I just took a few days to drive over to the PI and get some recovery in. Alex Perez and I went out there, and I trained with Journey Newsome and my teammate and my cousin Vince Morales. So even though we were getting some recovery out there for a few days, we're still training every day. So it's not. It's a quick. I have a rental car that that I got for the few weeks that I'm out here. So I just made a quick drive over and use those resources over there. They spoil us over there at the PI, so had to take advantage. Coach was
Yeah,
out cornering Brent Primus in Bellator, so while Coach Oyama went out to do that, I was like, I'm gonna make a quick skip over there and get some recovery in as well.
recovery, but Trey, you couldn't stay off the mats, right? You're supposed to be just recovering, and you just couldn't stay off the mats.
Can't, man. We're getting ready to beat this kid up.
I love it. All right, big fight, like we said. I mean, I think it is meaningful. But with a win, what do you think comes next, Ricky? Because I mean, at that point, if you don't move up to top 10, you at least got to be facing the top 10 opponent. I mean, are you looking at names on that list, thinking of like who makes sense or what the next fight is? I mean, what comes next with a victory?
Yeah, no, they have to give me a guy in the top 10 after this. I need a top 10 guy, and I want a good spot too. I want co-main or main event. I am a 5-round fighter. I'm a 5-round. I want 5 rounds. I want to be able to beat someone up for a top contender for 5 rounds, and prove that I can do it. Undeniably, I feel like after I'm fighting back right now, I'm against this kid who's never beat a guy with a winning record in the UFC and never beat a ranked guy in the UFC, and I'm doing that. I'm the one taking the risk here. So after this, I want to bump up. I want to show that I'm a contender and I can fight any of these guys in the top and I can beat any of these guys in the top. So there's a lot to be played out right now in the bantamweight division. There's a lot of matchups happening, but there's some guys without fights. I know Rob Font doesn't have a fight. I would love that rematch, but maybe I don't know. It's tough. It's always tough when the guys are coming off losses like that, but against tough guys. But I mean, anybody ranked higher than me. And that would make sense with timing. I would love to not sit out for another 7 months, So I know I'll stay ready and be able to jump on short notice if any of these guys do fall out. But I want a top fight. I don't want to keep, because like there's always guys coming into the ring. There's a bunch of monsters in this division. You know what I'm saying? Like with Umar and Yanez and all these guys jumping into the top 15. It's like, yeah, I can keep sitting back here and fighting all these tough guys, but it's my time. I have the tenure. I fought in the UFC longer. I've been proving. I've been producing. Give me that bump. I'm ready.
I love it, man. State your case, bro. There's some big fights coming up, man. That division is so exciting, and there's so many good matchups coming up. You win this one, and you definitely deserve one of those big names. So I guess, Ricky, what type of fight do you think we see here? I mean, you touched on. I mean, he's a well-rounded guy. The grappling skills. I mean, to me on paper, it looks like it could be a pretty exciting fight. But you seem to feel like you're a cut above as well. So is this an exciting fight, or is this something where you go out there and dominate the undefeated guy?
Well, I don't know. I tend to be an exciting fight. So either way, it's going to be an exciting fight, but it's going to be me doing the punishment. I'm going to dictate where the fight goes. He's pretty good at that as well, but I think I'm going to be able to do that even better. I'm going to be able to decide if it's going to be on the feet or on the ground, when I want it, how I want it. And I'm expecting to finish. I'm going to keep them going. I've got 2 out of my last 3 fights were finishes, and I know that's what I got to keep doing. I got to produce if I want that bump. So I want to make sure I do that.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's July 16th. Ricky, I know you're busy. You probably want to get back to another practice, man, so I won't take any of your time.
On my way.
I knew it. I appreciate you, Ricky. Best of luck on July 16th, and we'll talk again soon, my man.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate you, man.